Hey guys, Charlie the Plumber here. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hey, appreciate everyone stopping back by. Good to have everyone back. I try to do the best I can as far as keeping you guys entertained and telling you about my world here in Michigan. Today we're getting ready to get the old whaler out. 4 years ago I bought this ribside whaler from a personal friend of mine. They had it for 25 years. They used it years ago as a workboat. Basically they had a seaweed, I'm going to call it a seaweed tender, and they used it to get back and forth to their seaweed machine that they had here in Lake St. Clair. I'll take you around and show you this thing. So my understanding is Boston Whaler built these in 1970-71. This one here happens to be a number 631, which is pretty cool. It's got the stamp inside, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But when Boston Whaler made these things, the boat was hard to drop out of the form after it was done, or pick up and whatever, because of the ribs on the side of this thing. You can see these ribs here. They're maybe a 2-inch rib, and there's 4 or 5 of them coming up that side of that boat. They used the ribs to make it stronger. My understanding, like I say, it wouldn't come out of the shell, so they quit making them in 1971 or 72. Get you a picture of the number. So you can see 00631. But basically, when I bought this boat, I bought it for a couple of reasons. One, we got obviously our big boat out in Lake St. Clair. So I bought it as a fishing boat. The people that had this boat before me, they painted the outside and the inside of the boat. Don't have any idea what kind of paint, so the gel coat is pretty much gone. There's a lot of cracking, chipping. This boat's pretty worn, pretty beat up. You can see on these rails, they tried to patch, got a lot of spider web cracks in here. Some of this edging here is just from rubbing, getting stuff in, getting stuff out. My son power washed it last night for me, so a lot of the edges are pretty bad. What I did last year to try to clean this thing up a little bit is I got some equipment paint from Tractor Supply, and I painted the inside of it, and it made a world of difference because there was a big steel plate in the back here where the seat is at. They had a single seat, and then they had a big steel plate that went back here, and that steel had rusted. And the guy said, "You'll never get that plate off." Well, you know what? I didn't want the plate there, so I ended up getting the plate off. Well, you can see some of the holes in some of the spots. So it's like, okay, what do I do? So last year I wanted to use it for fishing, so I scraped the bottom, I cleaned it up real good, power washed it, and I painted it with equipment trailer paint on the inside. It actually cleaned up pretty well. I haven't had a chance this year to repaint it, but I've done some things. Like I said, I put the top on it. I bought a seat from Florida. The seat, it's got the little bar in the bottom so you can put your feet up on it. I might be totally off base, guys. I really don't know. Like I say, I'm not a historian, but we put the radio in, obviously, some of this stuff. But this dash is supposedly pretty much how it's supposed to be. Up front, I got my trolling motor up there, so I did take the one post off. My wife tells me it looks like a hillbilly missing a tooth. Well, I can see that. Got the trolling motor for walleyes on Lake St. Clair. We got the digital stuff up there for the trolling motor. It's got the cover, original cover for the front panel. These side panels, I think I'm going to redo. I'm going to pull them down, and I'm going to bring them back to the original color. I believe that's a teak, or it appears like a teak. This thing actually had a covering, a bimini top that went over top of here. And the bimini top they had also had sides on it. So it has a front glass on it, and it has like a little enclosure that they built. I put it up once when I first got it. It did leak like crazy. Not leaking because it was bad. It leaked because it needed to be waterproof. So I got that up on the Everything Boston Whaler website for sale. We're going to see if we can sell that, and I'm going to put that money back into the boat. Another reason I bought it is primarily I want to be able to get my kids out to the water. My rule on my big boat is you need to be there by 11 o'clock. Hey, if they got something going on, they can jump in the whaler, they can throw their dogs in here, I don't have an issue with hair getting all over. We can hose it out. There's nothing in here that I have to worry about, and then come out to the lake. So that's one more reason that I bought it. And let's get to the point. It's not because of them, it's because I wanted to go walleye fishing. But I put an Arctic cooler in the front. Seating is very limited in here. So I actually found this seat online. This seat is just it's got an aluminum base on it, and I bought the seat. It's got the little standing thing that you can put up, and you can lean a leaning post, I guess they call it. So I got that. I got the Arctic cooler as another seat. Me and the wife will sit back there in the captain's chair. So we've actually had 6 people in this thing going to dinner. Lake St. Clair, we'll jump in, we'll go across the lake and grab a burger or whatever the case may be. But yeah, so here's the whaler. We're hoping to put in today. My son's going to meet me here at 9 o'clock. We're going to load it up and take her over. Now this boat, from my understanding, weighs about 6,000 pounds. It's a real heavy boat. Handles real well in the rough water. Last year I had, myself and my dad, both my other brothers, we actually went walleye fishing in it, and it handled pretty well. Do have a fish finder for it, GPS for it. I don't know, it's a great boat. So thanks for coming back to the channel. I appreciate it. We'll try to get you some walleye videos, take you guys out fishing to Lake St. Clair. We go up around the Harson's Island Ferry. Anyway, thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate it. Stop by my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe to Charlie the Plumber. One of the few things in life that you get for free. So thanks for having me, and we'll see you soon.